Alexander Pato was known as an exciting youngster. He was dubbed as a wonderkid during his time in AC Milan, but the young forward struggled to live up to his early potential and eventually succumbed to injuries and allowed to the Chinese Super League. So what happened to Alexander Pato? Born in Pato, Branco, Brazil, a city of southwestern state of Pará, Pato faced a life-threatening situation at the age of 11 before his footballing career even began. Pato was at risk of losing his arm due to an undiagnosed tumor. It was not long after recovering from that, he was picked by Sports Club Internacional and integrated to their youth setup. By the age of 16, he was promoted to play in the Brasileiro Sub-20, a competition whereby a baby-faced forwards were pitted against the player who were 4 years seniors to him. Despite the fact he was competing against the player who were 4 years elder than him, Pato became the top goal scorer of the competition as Internacional won the competition by defeating Guimarães 4-0 in the final match. Even at the young age, Pato surpassed all the expectation as he's shown he has all the components to be a perfect striker. While not being most physical, his ability and accuracy in the air made him a threat in the box. A move to Europe was always on a card for a player with such talent. And soon enough, AC Milan, the reigning champions of Europe at the time, paid an hefty fee of 24 million for his services. The transfer was completed, but Pato was unable to play competitive matches for his new side until January of 2008, when the Italian registration window was reopened. When that day finally arrived, Pato hit the ground running. A goal on his debut in a 5-2 win over Napoli was a perfect start to his life in a new team. After finishing his first season in Milan with 9 goals in 18 appearances, he had rightfully earned his place in the side that contained number of footballing greats. Milan finished a disappointing 5th, failing to advance to the round of 16 of Coppa Italia and Champions League. But Pato was one of the few players in the squad that didn't disappoint the Rossoneri supporters. In the first full season in Europe, Pato at the age of 19 finished Milan leading goal scorer with 18 goals. Maldini and Kaká ended their glorious career in Milan, paving the way for Pato to set up as the true face of Milan club. Pato's stock continued to rise as he was given the number 9 shirt after the club legend Inzaghi retired at the end of 2011 and 12 season. It was expected that Pato could handle the responsibility and continue on goal-scoring exploit of its former bearer, the man who spearheaded Milan to European greatness. But the injury that plagued his previous season returned, and the troublesome tide caused Pato to miss the first 6 weeks of the season, thus ultimately limiting him to just 18 appearances in all competition and only scoring 4 goals. The 2012 and the 13 season proved to be the final one for Pato in Milan. In just 7 appearances, the Brazilian scored 2 goals before the January move to Corinthians happened. A return to home was a logical move for someone who suffered from numerous muscular problems. Comfort was needed to rebuild a career who was still promising at the age of 24. Pato had a huge future ahead of him, and after scoring a goal with his first touch on his debut for Corinthians, he continued his trend of starting life at a new club on a high. Corinthians shelled 15 million for Pato, which immediately brought with it pressure from the fans to go and deliver. After a poor game in which Pato missed a 2-seater, the pressure continued to pile up on Pato from the largest supporters of the club. The final nail in Pato's Corinthians-shaped coffin came in Copa do Brasil when he attempted a penalty chip to score a decisive penalty against Guimarães. But the striker got next to no power behind the shot, which former Milan teammate Dida comfortably saved, knocking Corinthians out of the cup. A loan move followed for the forward to Sao Paulo and Chelsea respectively. His time at Sao Paulo was more fruitful, netting 38 goals in 98 appearances. Such was his impact that the tricolour fans were furious at his departure. The goal-scoring form earned him a January move to Chelsea, as Falcao had failed to convince as an understudy to an injury-prone Diogo Costa. But Pato struggled to get match fit and only just made 2 appearances all season, but managed to get a goal against Aston Villa. After his failed Chelsea spell, Pato arrived at Villarreal for 3 million, 5 times less what Corinthians paid for him. Just like in Brazil and Italy, he took the Spain by storm. Pato revived his career, if only briefly, at Villarreal. after the injury to Roberto Soldado, Pato and Nicolas Sansone formed a promising duo at Villarreal. Villarreal were flirting with top 4 spot and Pato seemed to be finally back. If we learn one thing from Pato's career is that things don't turn out as they were supposed to. And after flying high once again, Pato decided to cash in on the Chinese Super League as he joined Tianjin Quejian for 18 million. He was amongst a fury of Brazilians who were attracted to the riches of China. Some, such as Oscar, admitting the money would help save his family from the poverty line back in homeland. Pato claimed his intentions were good. He wanted to grow the Chinese football as well as the brand of CSL. In an interview with CGTN, he claimed, "I'm convinced that the Chinese league is growing. Nothing that the Chinese club owner has been making a huge investment to boost the CSL consistent development. Due to that, the level of Chinese football has the potential to reach almost the same level as we see in Europe, Brazil and other major footballing countries." Pato said, "I'm strongly convinced that I'm here to help with this mission." Life in China did not begin as Pato would have hoped for. His coach at the time, Italian legend Fabio Cannavaro, who put immense faith in the Brazilian, alongside with Axel Witsel, Pato was seen as a signing that could lead Quejian to the greatness. But after his debut resulted in several spawned chances and ultimately a 2-0 loss to Guangzhou RNF. He soon missed a late penalty in a 1-1 draw against Shanghai Greenland Shenhua, which denied Quejian their first ever Super League win. However, Pato soon found out his feet and scored 15 goals in 24 appearances for the club. The following season, in 2018, he managed a near identical record. But due to the off-field issue regarding Tianjin Quejian owner, the club's future was in doubt, so as Pato. A return to Milan was quashed by the big money arrival of Piatek. But the saopaulo fans still hold out hope that their prodigal son make his long-awaited return. Pato returned to Saopaulo. He signed a deal until the end of 2022, but on 19th of August 2020, Pato reached an agreement with Saopaulo to terminate his contract, ending his second stint with the club with 9 goals in 35 appearances. Orlandocity announced the arrival of Pato as a free agent on a 1-year deal ahead of 2021 season. He made his club debut on 17th of April, starting in the team season opener against Atlanta United, but was forced off injured in the 80th minute of the match. He underwent surgery on his right knee in May as a result of the injury. After a setback due to injury, Pato made his second Orlandocity appearances 187 days after his first one. He finished the season with only 116 minutes played with 5 appearances all across the competition. Ahead of 2022 season, Pato re-signed with Orlandocity on a 1-year contract. So at the end of the day, Pato may have not reached the heights of the greatness such as Robert Lewandowski, Karim Benzema and Luis Suarez. He did not even win a Ballon d'Or as many people predicted while he was in AC Milan. But according to him, in an interview with Player Tribune Football, he stated that, "Maybe I didn't become the best player in the world, but brother, let me tell you something. I have an amazing relationship with my family. I'm at peace with myself. I have a wife that I love. The way I see it, I have a lot of Ballon d'Ors. If life was a game, I have won."